Alright. What the hell is going on, everybody, and welcome back. We've got Shopify Rebellion's ByuN in the bottom left side of the map facing off against... Guess who's back? It's Trap. I'm not sure if he's still playing for the Freaks or not, but he's still got that clan tag. Trap. He was the best Protoss for quite a few years there. Had some epic finals and big performances over 2019, 2020, 2021. Really looked great. He's back from the military after being away for a while there, and it's good to have him back. Let's see how quickly he can return to greatness, because we've seen a bunch of players come back. Some, like TY, have had moments of greatness mixed with, oh, I'm actually focusing on StarCraft 1. I don't care that much about StarCraft 2 right now. I can only really give my love, like my full practice and love to one game at a time, and I'm busy streaming that and competing in that game, and StarCraft 2 is kind of on the side. Then you got guys like Stats, who are bam, back to the semifinals, already in GSL, and Trap, well, it's basically his first week back. So there's a lot of questions here. ByuN is an incredibly hard first test, and it is the ESL NA Weekly, so it's not the highest stakes tournament, being a weekly cup. You still got hundreds of dollars on the line. It's a beautiful proving ground. You've got guys like MaxPax, herO, Australia, Dark, regularly playing in this tournament, as well as ByuN. So it's a really great thing. If you can like win one of these within a month or two of coming back, it usually says great things about your chances. herO, for instance, when he first came back, was instantly winning series against these sort of guys. He was bringing out antiquated builds. When he did it, I was like, oh, this is a build from 2019. herO came back and he's just like, oh, winning games in like 2021, 2022 with these builds that were fresh from, well, not fresh, but dusty from a few years ago, I guess I should say. Now, ByuN is getting his command center blocked. He should just build it off location. Otherwise, it's going to get delayed a fair bit. There we go. I think the probe backed away a little bit early. And that's probably partially because he wants to get away before the Reaper pops out and kills him. Also just wants to make sure there's no like gold base or anything like that. And he will go off and hide to the left. Now, early Adept getting chronoed for Trap. And it was Cybercore before Nexus. Very safe build. I feel like this map actually has a pretty short rush distance. I was going to say, if you don't want to distract him with the probe and like harass this SCV to the last second and then maybe run to the back, lure the Reaper backwards for a few seconds, then you can get away with Nexus before core. But if you're not going to do that, Trap not willing to lose that probe, then probably better to play it this way. And Trap's going Sentry first. This is cool. I feel like Australia and Trap kind of share some very strong macro tendencies and really good kind of reactive macro play. Look at this. The Reaper's hiding in the back. They both see each other though, and he's going to have to get out. ByuN unable to sneak inside that base. And with the Sentry coming out next, that will give massive scouting to Trap with the Sentry hallucination. Now this probe hiding on the left is interesting because it's not really being used to scout anything just yet, but I guess it will in a short while. Oh, good probe pullback, man. That's a dead Reaper if he goes for it. And he gets out of there just in time. Good pullback by ByuN. So yeah, this is a tough build. Sentry into Stalkers, into Twilight. It's very much like okay, I'm just playing like a real safe standard style. Probing's been good so far. Notice he did pull a few workers off his main onto the natural to try and saturate those gold minerals a little bit quicker. And he even tried to manually double up those workers on the gold, which is really good attention to detail, something a lot of players don't bother doing. There's a reason why these guys are great, why they have such history. You know, when we talk about, oh, this guy's back, he's one of the greats, he's so good. We're not just making things up. There's a reason why they are that good. And Trap, I'm going to be honest, I don't think Trap has the it factor of some of the other great Protoss players. But he's so much harder working and more systematic and smarter at like developing things and learning from other players and studying, I think, than guys like herO have killer instinct. They have instinct. They put in the hours, but I don't think they put in the hours in an organized fashion. They just try to find ways to kill people and follow their nose and figure it out. And but they have this it factor, this amazing micro, this ability to find weakness in their opponents. Trap doesn't have that, but Trap just uses more tools. He uses more advantages of Protoss than just about any other Protoss player. And we'll see if he still kept that. Oh, good movement by him, but does get the boost on in. Nice move by ByuN. He's going to easily get that unload. Got to be careful though. Oh, hello. These probes, leaving 3 probes there. I think he wanted to set off the Widow Mine. That's not going to work out. Blinker's not ready. One Stalker goes down. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Oh, the Reaper running on the right as well, so that's why he was distracted. 8 probes? Oh, and no third base up. Well, guys, that's an awful opening. He's in a really bad spot. Oh, and ByuN's going to get another probe? Dude, you nasty. You nasty. 9 probes going down. Medevac survives. He loses. What does he lose, guys? 2. Oh, it was a Widow Mine that ran in the front, actually. It wasn't the Reaper. It was the Widow Mine, then the Reaper. So Widowmine and running in the front while the drop went in the back. Great play. Cloaked Banshee behind it. And with your third base not even started, you don't have a lot of chance to bounce back from this unless you make some magic happen. ByuN is looking fantastic. And we did a scouting base build. We lost the hallucination to the Widowmine. And then we've just been kind of moving out front to intercept the drop. Is a really cool move if you see where it comes from. But because those 2 Stalkers and the Sentry didn't recall quick enough, I think if he snap recalled those units when the medevac boosted past, I think it would have been okay. But because he didn't do that, it was rough. Observers popping out at the perfect time. Unfortunately, the Stalkers are all over on the left, which means they're not here in position. Some of them are on the other side of the map as well. You can see this 1 Stalker and Sentry moving over here. Banshee's already got 2 kills. It's going to make it 3. Oh, dude, ByuN's micro just not happening. What is ByuN doing? Oh, ByuN gets a Sentry, but he was moving out the front. He was trying to micro this army instead. So his Banshee could have killed way more workers there. Doesn't quite get it. I don't know if there was a third base building. If there was, it got cancelled because Trappers realized there is a big, scary army potentially coming his way. Observer just got scanned down. And look at this. ByuN faking a move out. He's actually got a third barrack swapping over. Third command center building. He is just chilling. And as these Stalkers come forward to see what's happening, Trap is going to be forced to blink back. Now, he's building a battery in the main. Trap's way oversaturated on his natural. You can see he's on 17 out of 12, only 14 out of 16 in the main. He's got to fix that up right now. He's also got to get that third base. Otherwise, he's not going to be able to keep pace. And look at this. Oh, Trap thinks he's up that ramp. He doesn't know. He doesn't realize. Sorry, guys. I accidentally bring up the EPM, the effective APM tab. Oh, this is so bad. At least he doesn't start the Nexus. If he started that Nexus right now, that would be a disaster. He's about to start it. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Oh my God, starts it. Instantly gets canceled. At least he gets the 300 minerals out of 400. Only loses 100 minerals. But that is just unfortunate timing there for Trap. And Trap is on the back foot in this game. Now, he's so worried about drops, but that's not what's going to be the case. Opening these minerals up to give him freedom of movement is a good choice. It's 2 base against 2 base, but ByuN is all over this game. And with his third finishing up, he is so far ahead. Protoss is normally meant to be about a base and 8 to 10 probes ahead of Terran. In general, obviously there's times where it's a bit more even, times where they're more ahead in workers, depending on the tech investment and that sort of stuff. But in this particular game, Trap is just going to fall further and further behind. He's down 15 army supply. About 2 minutes from now, I think he'll be down about 40 army supply. The only reason that wouldn't be the case is if he doesn't build any workers and just masses army, in which case he's kind of all in. He basically would need to crush the next fight. Now, this Observer sees the army, which is really good. He does siege it up. Remember, it does throb a lot harder than it used to. You can see there it's a bit more visible on ByuN's camera. Not sure if he's looking for it, though. And it is well positioned across some terrain, so not as obvious. Didn't realize there is an Ewok over here on top of a crashed Banshee, by the way. On top of that building. Oh, sorry, a Moopy. I forgot they have a special name for it. Colossus on the left. Got to be careful of these tanks. Oh, he goes for the triple drop immediately. The classic ByuN move that I'm scaring you here, and I immediately drop right past you with a very dangerous drop. Very slick move. Could work out in a big way. Adept does come in. It's going to see that third base with a ton of workers on it. He's going to feel very much under pressure. Triple drop into the back of the main. This is hard for Trap to deal with because that battery will get focused down so very quickly. He's already clicked on it. Recall goes down almost immediately, but that means the army on the front can push as well. He's happy to stand and fight with these Stalkers and Sentries. Good blink back micro from Trap. Force fields to try and buy time here. The Colossus is in the open, though. The Stalkers trying to warp in. Probes are being forced to fight as well on the front at the same time. Battery overcharge. 1 Immortal and 1 Colossus trying to defend, but there is just not enough for Trap. He's too far behind after that early damage, and these tanks and Marauders are ruining his day. The battery overcharge does get killed. The Marauders pick up to save themselves temporarily before realizing, wait a second, we can just kill everything. ByuN is going to crush game 1 after a good start. Great way to start the series there for ByuN. Good pressure and just keeping his opponent busy on a bit of an oddball map. Trap did crumble on the first wave, and that was the most important wave. Maybe if he ran those probes away from the natural completely and just let himself lose a bit more mining time, I think that would have been better, but leaving probes mining and losing 9 workers was rough. And we're like, yeah, how well has Trump returned from the military? You see him get bopped like that, you kind of go, oh no. But you gotta remember, it's TVP. If you take that much damage at the start, like, you're kind of dead. I think there's some people who look at the follow-up and the ending fight and they go, oh, he's so bad. Look at this, he's getting rolled. He played well past the early game. Like, it was that initial hold which put him too far behind. From that position, you need ByuN to make some huge mistakes. ByuN didn't make those mistakes. Trap played well, but it takes 2 people to make a comeback from there. It takes ByuN making mistakes and Trap playing very well, and Trap only got 1 out of the 2. The one that he's in control of, funnily enough. He's going to send a probe down. He's worried about an engineering bay block. That has been popular. A lot of Terrans trying to force the Protoss to take the gold so they can abuse that positioning. That's why he's sending the probe down here so early. And he's pulling a worker off minerals onto gas. So definitely thinking about potentially a Stargate opening. Probe getting a bit of harassment off. SCV does get pulled to the front. It is a 1-Rax expand build for ByuN here in map 2 on Dynasty. Kind of wild that they've already playing these dangerous maps. Now, there is an argument that this is a Protoss map, right? That the last map is a Terran map, definitely, because of those drop angles in the main and the awkward, you know, push paths on those bases where tanks can siege up in really good positions on those choke points. This map, on the other hand, there's a big argument. And I'm sure some Protoss players are screeching, no, I always lose on this map. That's okay. You're not a good Protoss player. Neither am I, guys. I lose on this map as Protoss as well. I lose as every race on this map, to be fair. The reason why the argument is there for it to be a Protoss map is, look, you can blink here, 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 or you can even run in from this side and blink up. There's a lot of area for Terran to cover defensively. Not to mention that gold mineral line's very exposed to blink stalker harass. So it does feel like a map which should have some advantages for 3 or 4 gate blink pressure. On the other hand, if Protoss just takes the normal blue bases, doesn't punish the gold of Terran, well, you're in for some trouble. And if I was playing in ByuN's shoes, I'd go for an early Cyclone and or tank, probably a tank. And once you have a bunker here and a tank behind it, what are you going to do? I mean, technically you can run forward, snipe an SCV, blink back. You can only take so many siege tank shots with that sort of harassment. And you get a few SCVs, you're not going to get a massive amount. Now, Pylon's going to build down there. That does not block the jump-in path, guys. All it does is it scouts where they're jumping in from, right? Does he still build this pylon down here? It looks like he does, yep. It is indeed a Stargate for a trap. I wouldn't mind Oracle. But Phoenix Colossus, what do we think about Phoenix Colossus on this map, ladies and gentlemen? I think it's not great because you're not going to be able to punish the gold very easily. I prefer Oracle into Blink, I think. Let's see what he goes for. Hey, because like I said, there's all the advantages for Blink on this map, and being aggressive gets rewarded. Colossus is a very turtley style. How are you going to take advantage of that, you know, that potential advantage? Oh, can he get it? Yes, yes he can. Reaper goes down. Reaper does see that there's no third base there, though, which I think is an important bit of scouting. Tanks are building and lots of Marines. As we said, yeah, this is what you do, right? If you want to secure the gold, you're just like, yeah, no worries. I'm going to go siege this tank down here. Maybe don't even bother with the bunker. Maybe the tank alone is enough. Now, these 3 Adepts is enough to one-shot Adepts, and they only take 40 damage per siege tank shot, so they could run in, focus an SCV, focus another one, focus another one. ByuN has to quickly pull these away. So Trap might even shade backwards. Oh, he's not going to. He's spread out, though. Look at that. Grabs an SCV, pulls back. Does take 2 tank shots, though. Just let those shields regen before doing that again. The Marines adding some potential firepower there. Very effective. Oracle's going into the main. There's 2 Marines nearby. Make it 3. 4th and 5th about to pop out. Oh, Oracle's going to get some damage. Is it, though? How much? 1 SCV. Getting the depot SCV that's a bit more exposed. Good call. Only 2 SCVs there. Looks like the Adepts went back in and killed another SCV at the same time, but one of them did die for it. Oracle could hit from this side, maybe get an SCV or 2, but it looks like he's going to pair those Oracles up for the next drive-by. More Marines and tanks are building. 3rd barracks on the way. Engineering bay coming as well. And we've got 3rd Nexus into Twilight Council and Forecast. This tells us that this is a very heavy Oracle commitment for Trap. And dude, he fights the Marines. Nicely done. Comes back in with the other Oracle as well, since it's damaged, but it's high on energy. And he grabs a few SCVs on the way out as well. Very slick play by Trap. Turns around for a bit too long there. Takes a bit of damage, but that's okay. The Marines going down. The SCVs going down. The Oracles are trading so very well right now. Trap, originally, wasn't he called like the Fleet Commander? He had some stupid nickname like that because he was really good with his Oracle micro. That is actually, if I was saying he doesn't really have that special sauce, that actually is his special sauce. You know, I wasn't being fair to him before, I don't think. Oh, good pullback. Keeping these Oracles alive. And another bunch of Marines. Dude, ByuN's screwed. ByuN's doing essentially a Marine tank push, and he's got no Marines left. Charge is starting, which is a great call. If you can get enough charge zealots to just get on top of the tanks, like, that's going to be great. Tanks are good versus Stalkers. They're not good versus charge zealots. And he's just like, okay, dump 3 chronos. We're going to have charge done by about 620. And as long as you've got like 10 zealots by then, you can just jump on this with 3 more gateways finishing. I mean, this is huge. The Oracles see this army. They're tracking it so very well. And I mean, you might lose a battery. You might lose some units. But this is going to be a very, very hard position for ByuN to break through. He's trying to move into that natural right now. There is a shield battery on the third, so he goes to the natural. Not a bad way of doing it. Oracle's thinking about engaging. Charge is not quite ready. He's just going to go for the fight. Oh, the Oracle's actually focused the tank. Cute move here for Trap. Both tanks going down very quickly. The battery overcharge is very nice. So 2 tanks have fallen. He's trying to hang out in the battery overcharge. He's just going to go for it, though. Ends up losing the Oracles. Oh, he doesn't get the tank. Oh, no, Trap. Okay, Trap maybe should have waited for charge here, but I guess it was a bit too far away. He realized he needed to fight now, sooner rather than later. Taking big damage from these tank shots, but he's got 6-gate Zealot. 6-gate Zealot with charge about to finish, guys. Charge finishes in 10 seconds. +1 armor starting up now. There's no way. There's no way ByuN has time to get up these bunkers. Front bunkers get cancelled. He starts rebuilding. He's like, if I can just get these bunkers up, I'll be good versus a low number of Zealots. But Trap's not going to give him the time. Stalkers will go after the tank, as will the Zealots. And as that falls, the Marines will be soon to follow. All the SCVs going down with no bunkers going up. ByuN loses the position. 4 more Zealots reinforcing. And as those Zealots charge, look at how quick those Marines crumble. The tank goes down. The Stalkers are clearing it up. And that's going to be GG. ByuN has to tap out. All right. Well, you know what? I think that was a really rough game for ByuN. Things just spiraled hard. And he goes for Barracks Gas again on site Delta. In the top left, we've got Trap here going for a gateway. It's a no-brainer to build your gateway in Cybercore here on this map. Something I always forget to do because I don't play much Protoss lately, but I've got to start doing this because it's so protected here. They can't really snipe it from the low ground because there's all these like crates and things blocking you as well as the minerals and the gas. That just stops the Reaper from jumping into your base. Now, to be fair, Trap rolled ByuN that game, but let's remember, if ByuN just built a Cyclone after the first tank, or even after seeing the first Oracle, rather than being so greedy and focusing on just Marines and tanks, that could be a very different game. Maybe build an engineer, a missile turret in one of the bases so all your Marines can just defend the other base. That would have worked as well. He didn't do that. He played way too greedy. And the first Oracle got damaged. The second Oracle got way more damage pairing up with it. And then, you know, it just basically went on. And his first move out, losing like 4 Marines up front as well. I think it was maybe only 3 Marines. Still, it was very big mistakes there for ByuN. Trap took advantage of it brilliantly. But that's also what makes a one-sided game. One player playing very well and one player making a few mistakes and those getting taken advantage of. So just much like a comeback, a one-sided game is the same combo. We've seen ByuN get an easy start in map 1 and Trap get an easy start in map 2. Map 3, I'm hoping, is a bit more even between the two so we can really kind of test Trap's strength. I mean, the fact that he's 1-1 with ByuN already shows he's pretty good, right? He's pretty damn on point. He's definitely looking crisp. He doesn't look outdated at all in his play. And it does look like he's going to potentially go for a Twilight again. Pulling off minerals a bit. Interesting. For a gas-focused Twilight build. I wonder if he's going to go Dark Templar drop. That's been coming back in a little bit. Now, this is a 3 command center build for ByuN. You could see that he'd pulled off gas earlier. He's now put workers back on gas. But remember, he just got enough gas to build the reactor. And then he pulled workers off, optimized having 16 workers on minerals, other than the first 50, and then he just rallied back onto gas, and now he's rallying to his natural expand, and he's going to go 3 barracks behind it. Really good build order, man. I do like this build order. It's been mixed in there a lot recently by the Terrans, and a lot of the Protoss don't scout it early. I would say this build is weak against Sentry, of which there is no Sentry this game, because the hallucination scouts it so early usually. And then you're like, and the Protoss just like drops the 3-minute 30 third base, you know, goes up to Colossus, and it's a little bit awkward as the Terran because it feels like the Protoss can, if they manage things correctly, they can streamline their economy and their tech, skip a bit of the safety precautions they'd normally want to have. But this sort of game, Trap's gonna have to play safe. Second gateway goes down about 320. Should be seeing a Robo soon. He's still doing the Robo in the wall, which has fallen out of favor because it dies way too much. A lot of people are starting to build it. Like, I like the way MaxPax puts it here, and he builds another pylon behind it, powering it. Because how often do we see Terran doing these surprise crazy pushes? And the Robo only has 900 hit points. That's 450 shields, 450 hit points, total life 900. It dies way too easily. A Gateway at least has 100 more than it's 1,000. Cybercore, 1,100. It has 200 more. But a lot of the tech structures, the Robo is very weak. The Stargate actually is 1,200 total. For your knowledge, a Factory and Starport are also 1,250. So they're a bit tougher, but the Robo is just such a central point of the power in PvT when you're trying to build like Colossus and everything. It's massive. Oh, he does let the Shade finish. This is a purposeful sacrifice, guys. This is something where because he built his barracks, if he built it one space lower, that barracks doesn't get spotted by the Adept, he hides what he's doing. But now he knows it's some version of 3 racks. The question is, does he sense that it's a 3 command center 3 racks? because he's building a third Nexus. He's taking a third gas. He's building an Observer. I think he senses it. I think Trap has the knowledge to know, hey, this doesn't feel like enough Marines for this to actually be a normal 3-Rex. I think you're doing the greedy 3 Command Center 3-Rex build. And he's absolutely right, because look, he's not warping in units right now. He's only got 4 Stalkers and a Sentry, and he's just casually like, yeah, I guess I'll make a battery, but we're making an Observer. I'm not even making an Immortal right now. I'll make another battery just in case, because he knows there will be Bio coming out. He knows it's multiple barracks, but he's still probing nonstop as well. It feels like Trap has somehow, off minimal information, got a perfect read. He's even building a second Observer. Dude, Trap's knowledge is great. Really good knowledge. This build's popular that ByuN's doing, so it makes sense for him to have his eyes open for it. He's going to come in the main. ByuN's already seen it. Dude, he instantly saw the Observer. Observer will spot the third command center, though. Yeah, he spots it, gets out. Sees the starport's just started, so he knows it's minutes until medevacs arrive. Immortal's on the way. Charge, Sentry, and I expect a Forge to go down in a Robo Bay as our next steps. Unless he wants to play Storm Drop. Chronoing probes right now. Any second now, guys. He's going to go for that Forge and splash damage, right? Sentry Immortal's a good in-between army. Prism starts. Another Sentry, guys. 3 Sentries. Hello. Wait. But he's not got that many gateways either. Oh, Trap is playing interesting right now. There we go. Templar Archives. It's going to be a Storm style. Okay, it is going to be Storm style. Still no Forge, though. He's happy to delay that this game. Now, there's an older style that Trap might be doing. Might be bringing Sexy back. Splash damage with super delayed upgrades, where you get Storm and Colossus and really late upgrades. And that's actually a very good style where, yeah, your units suck, but you're just saying, it's fine. I have so much splash damage. I've got... That's what I'm relying on. Stalker Zealot's kind of shit anyway. It's, excuse me, my language. Sorry, guys. Oh, man, we skipped up on the PG-13 there. GG. It's fine. I don't mind. Hopefully no kids are around for that one. It's fine. Anyway, Storm's on the way. 3 more gateways. 2 more as well. I'm actually proud of myself, guys. I still mix in the innuendos, the dirty comments here and there, but it's usually something that you have to think about in your brain rather than something that's explicitly said. And that's been a real reprogramming. What can I say? It's taken a while to get there. Observer sees that he's picked off to the north. I think he knows about this. Trap's going to send a lot of Stalkers up there to intercept. If he can intercept that and defend down here, he could be good. Storms on the way. 5 more gateways are building. It's not that big an army on the south, so this drop in the main is the big thing. Stalkers. Oh no, he doesn't see the drop. He's a little bit slow for it. Okay, he needs to warp in Zealots right now. These Stalkers need to blink away. He's trying to blink back to buy time. He needs Zealots. Oh gosh, he's going to lose a gateway. Lots more pylons already trying to be built, which is a good move. Zealots do come forward. Stalkers are microing quite well. Looks like he has enough Stalkers to defend. He's going to lose a lot of Stalkers, though, and losing Stalkers sucks. They're so expensive. Force fields at the third to buy time. Great move there to buy himself just a moment. Just a moment. He's got 1 Psystorm available. Only 1 right now. This is a good start for ByuN, killing so many Stalkers. If he can keep Trap on the ropes and keep him off a 4th base, then he's going to be good. Double Forge goes down now. Oh, man, Double Forge feels late. Honestly, it feels a little awkward for Trap. Trap's going to need to play very good from here just to hang on in this game without falling too far behind. Marine Marauder on the low ground. Happy to trade with those Stalkers, man. They are usually the better units that stim bio than the Stalkers. The medevac's kind of running out of energy and derping forwards. It's only 1 Marauder fighting at a time. That's an awkward... I mean, he kills the Cybercore, so I guess it's worth it. With the tank, it's definitely a good position for Terran to hang out in. I would love to see a single force field just, like, trap those units there. Oh, he's going to drop on the high ground. Oh, me. Oh, me, oh, my. Zealots charging into that. They're going to get wrecked. Oh, gosh, this is looking so good. Trap trying to storm drop, but he didn't have the storm energy on the first Light Templar that dropped. Oh, Trap is in so much trouble. The Archon goes down. He does get another storm there to push him off the high ground. The medevacs are a little far back from the high ground. He has to scan. The Immortals can't quite get in range. The Stalker Sentry does deal with that. But, dude, he loses another Sentry. ByuN is all over it. And this looks like, yes, Trap's good right now, but he doesn't look like in his first week back he's going to be able to compete with a guy like ByuN who's been non-stop training and competing over the last few years. And a guy who is incredible online. ByuN is so good online. One of the very best in the game. Oh, he loses a full medevac. Okay, a little bit of something for Trap there. And he's going to go for a counter Zealot drop. He's got to get this 4th up. He does start it. Second Robo's on the way as well as the Robo Bay. Double Forge. I mean, Trap's simply behind. 4th Command Center is coming. 3 more barracks. So ByuN's going to go 8 racks. ByuN's only just started his 2nd Engineering Bay and Armory. If he had that up a little bit earlier, I feel like he'd just be outscaling Trap too far in the upgrades. But as bad as the units lost looked like it was, the full medevac actually made things in Trap's favor. That's bizarre. I really thought ByuN had out-traded him there, but let's look at the units lost tab. Yeah, I mean, I guess he did lose quite a few medevacs, marauders, a siege tank. Fair enough. Didn't actually kill that many units. It's just that Trap's economy's been in a bad spot, so we can't really deal with even trading in the long term. Trap gets in with a Zealot warp in, trying to cause some damage here. The Widow Mine is going to take out the Zealots. A couple of SCVs do go down. Probably Trap's time to leave, and he's going to lose that. Vikings on top of him. That Prism will go down. Right? Yes, it does. Prism gets sniped, and oh, Trap just killed one of his own units. That was on purpose. It's because he was supply blocked and he wanted to start both Colossus at once. Immediately starts 3 pylons. I mean, at least he's thinking quick. Trap is definitely making mistakes. He's not playing a flawless game. But remember that Trap is very good at, like I said at the start of this series, at using many advantages. And his supply is high. He's got a lot of High Templar, and they're scattered across his bases, which is what you want to do. You don't want to have them all together. You want to come in from the high ground on the right or the left with like a flanking High Templar is the best way to do it. That EMP is dangerously close though. He does move forward, gets a feedback on the Ghost. It does land an EMP, but protects 2 of the High Templar. That's the way you want to do it. You want to bring these High Templar in from different angles, and he hasn't done a great job of setting those up just yet. He's going to need to fix that if he wants to play this into the long run. 2-2 starts up for Protoss. 2-2's already on the way for Terran. ByuN has his 4th. Morphing into a planetary. It's not quite ready yet. The Zealot run by is really important for buying Trap just a moment of peace. Stalkers on the front going to run in. Watch out for the storm, though. The SCVs are running away. The rally will run down there for ByuN and deal with that. That planetary will come up. Oh, he's going to stim on top. Watch out for the storm. Trap with a big storm does shield himself there. Great storm, but he's out of position. Is he, though? Oh! And that is where High Templar come in big, because as long as you have a High Templar at each base, Terran can't do this thing where they just YOLO in and dive a base. I've always said one of the main advantages of having Storm is as long as you scatter them around, it limits Terran mobility. It's not like you're guaranteed big storms, but if the Terran gets a bit crazy and starts just rushing into situations, that's when the big storms land. So it slows down the Terran's mobility advantage. That's what High Templar are all about. He's got to watch out for the EMP, though. Storm does land, but EMP's blanket across. One more High Templar in the back. He's got to fall back. These High Templar coming in could be game-ending. If they land Storms on top of the Terran army, that's big. Colossus is going to go down. The Immortals are a bit far out in front of the High Templar. Storms coming in. Storms could be landing. Dude, the EMP landed, though, and blocked his High Templar from landing Storms. If he landed a Storm in the SCVs, all the ByuN medevac, that could have been big. Another fresh High Templar coming in. There is still EMP available. Who wins? The Storm does land. Nice Storm. The EMP lands afterwards, but only after the Storm goes down. One more Storm does land. He's very low on Storms. There's like one more, maybe... Oh, actually, there's 3 Storms, but they're all clumped. One EMP in the middle of that, and these Storms are not going to happen. The EMP lands before the Storm can land. ByuN with the clutch micro. Oh, but there's a lot of Zealot Archon. SCVs are off the line. His army's very wounded. It's a lot of Immortal Stalker. It's 1-1 against 1-2 upgrades in ByuN's favor. ByuN's +2 finishes on his bio as well. Dude, Trap tried to break him here. All those High Templar filtering in did a lot of damage, but this is where the fight gets scary. No more backup High Templar. His Immortals are all so damaged. He keeps juggling the Immortals. They're all in the red. He's somehow got all 3 Immortals alive. One of them does fall. 2 Immortals do get saved, but all the Stalkers disappear. Remember what I said, Stalkers are expensive. You don't mind losing Zealots. Losing Stalkers sucks. It's really bad. The 2 Immortals are still here. He's still trying to chase ByuN back. I think he's got to get out of here, though. Sacrificing some Zealots is okay. You do not want to lose these Immortals. He's going to have to pick up those Immortals. The Marauders are on top. The Marauders are on top. Oh, he misses the pickup. The Prism turns around just a second too late, but he does save the rest. Trap is on 80 probes. He's on 4 bases, though. If he had a 5th, I'd feel better about this economic lead. You can see his natural's way oversaturated, as is his 3rd and his 4th. You get a bit of value from being oversaturated, but that's a bit more than he needs. His 5th base does go up there. 3-3's on the way for Trap right now. Meanwhile, 3-3 did not start for ByuN. So it's even upgrades now. And dude, ByuN doesn't have a 5th command center. ByuN does not have a lib transition either. He's got 2 starports building Vikings for the Colossus, which is important, but keep in mind, High Templar can wreck Vikings. 1 or 2 good storms. They don't just ruin the ground army like Disruptor Colossus can. They also ruin the air. Double scan goes down to take out the Observer. ByuN's still on the front. He's got a big army supply advantage. He's got +3 weapons of his own starting. If he goes for lib range and a 5th command center, he's got a really good advantage in the long term. Zealot drop comes in. I like that Trap's staying active with Zealot drops. On the other hand, I would criticize the fact that he's sending them in without doing anything else at the same time. And he should absolutely, just drop the Zealots and run. That's the way to do it. He kills a Marauder. He'll take out a few more SCVs, a couple Marauders. I mean, that's worth it. If you get 2 Marauders and like 2-3 SCVs for 3 Zealots, that's actually a good trade. It's a positive trade. High Templar looks like he got EMP'd over here. Stalker's almost taking out a medevac, but not quite. How many High Templar do we have in this field? Only 4 right now. Obviously, Trap's been spending a lot of his gas rebuilding his robo units. He doesn't actually have the gases on the 4th base yet. His 5th base trying to mine. It comes up now. That's going to give him a nice bit of an income bump. above ByuN. Zealots in the top left coming down right now. There's planetaries nearby, though, so that's going to help defend. Dude, he's pushing the front. Trap's kind of crazy. I don't think he can push in right now if those EMPs land, but a good storm could ruin ByuN's day. The Vikings do get good damage on the Colossus. Storms only landed on the Vikings on the right side. Oh, Trap went too deep, I think. He's going to lose all of his Colossus to the Vikings. The Bio should be able to take out the Immortals, the Stalkers, and the Archons. Great play here by ByuN, and Trap overcommitting for sure. He does have a big economy advantage, though. Zealots killed 8 SCVs on the third. ByuN is just not finding the room to take a 5th command center or a range lib transition. That is the one thing that this, like, almost cavalier YOLO aggression from Trap is achieving. Is it's like, yeah, I'm trading bad and losing all my valuable units, but I'm a bit richer than you. I have one more base. If you could get another base ahead of ByuN, I truly believe in his ability to just keep trading like this all game, because ByuN's like floating his main out right now. His main is floating to be his new 5th base is actually his main base just being repositioned. 3-3 is about to kick in for Trap. Good storm to zone there. The High Templar are so good at buying time. Battery overcharge as well. Another High Templar coming in from the left side. It's barely just got storm energy. Landed. Vikings trying to help out. EMP lands on one. Doesn't land on the other, though. Big storm lands. ByuN. Dude, his medevacs are out of juice. He's got to get out of here. He's got to get out of here. Disruptor Shot comes forward. Gets a few Marauders as well. This is only part of Trap's army, right? No, this is Trap's whole army. Oh my god, Trap's whole army is so small. You can see why ByuN's trying to kill him. But ByuN just lost a lot of units to Storm Disruptor and Battery Overcharge. He didn't really kill that much. The units lost tab is back to close to even. ByuN needs to build medevacs right now just so he can keep healing everything. And look at this. Oh, a storm drop came in for Trap on a base that doesn't have any SCVs on it. Oh, that's not good. Oh, he just lost a Prism and 3 High Templar. This is what I'm talking about. I like that he's trying to stay active with the drops, but it's sloppy. He should have been dropping that here and storm dropping this base. There's no reason to storm drop the main base 16 minutes in. So Trap, he's doing a lot of things. He's even got Dark Templar, Disruptors, High Templar, Colossus, Immortals, Storm, Zealot run by Zealot drops, Storm drops. He's doing everything. Trap uses all the tools of Protoss. He just isn't quite as clean as some of the other players when it comes to how he uses those. Now that, oh, ByuN, wake up. That DT walked out of the turret range and did not end up dying there. These DTs might actually do some really good damage. It seems like ByuN was distracted there. He does catch some DTs out the front, but a DT's in his new 5th/main base, whatever you want to call that. And, oh, EMP misses here. Dude, ByuN's getting distracted by these DTs. Trap's going to take advantage of it. Trap's going to hit this north side. He's going to find that base. Oh, this is huge. If he can kill that command center, that's massive. That DT is still in his natural, doing huge damage. No scans right now. ByuN is out of scans, and the DT's coming in is huge. Trap snipes the command center. Scan does go down. Finally, the DT goes down, but 16 workers just died. And ByuN is back to 3 command centers against a now 5-base Protoss. Remember what I said about I believe in Trap's ability to YOLO trade? Well, guess what? Trap's actually out-traded ByuN over the last few minutes. He's brought it back to close to even in the units lost. He's adding Plasma Shield upgrades. He's got 3 Immortals. He's got Colossus rebuilding because most of the Vikings are... Well, actually, there's still 7 Vikings up. Colossus aren't going to be that great right now, but they will be eventually. Disruptors come down. Scan does clean up either a DT or an Observer. They're not sure which one that was. And look at Trap's map vision. Observers, probes, zealots spread across this map. He's got good map vision. He's really doing a great job of keeping track of ByuN. Now, ByuN's going to split his army. He's going to try and distract, keep track occupied in the north with a little section of his army. And then this other section is going to push the south. He's going to try and split Trap up and use his mobility to take favorable trades. Remember what I said about High Templar are the reason that gets limited? Oh, Prism's up front. Prism just got one shot by the 7 Vikings. Well, that hurts. ByuN gets a great trade, does lose a Ghost and 2 Marines to the Disruptor. He's going to try and push in the north. But, oh, the DT pulls him back. The DT pulled his entire southern army home. ByuN needs to get out of here. What is ByuN doing? ByuN's fighting with only half of his army versus the entire army of Trap. ByuN fighting against a much superior force. He's way too deep. He's afraid to pick up because he knows the Stalkers are going to blink on him now. He pulled this army home. That army should have been killing these southern bases during this, but a single Dark Templar pulled ByuN home. Trap has just kept ByuN so busy. I thought Trap would be the one to falter under pressure, but it's actually ByuN who decided to engage willfully with only half of his army, while the other half ran home for a single Dark Templar. Very poor decision-making for ByuN, and dude, Trap just pounces. He just is like, dude, I'm going to kill you. Is it an overextension once again? It might be, but he's killed a lot of workers. Remember that ByuN's already poor. Trap is rich. Even trades are good for him. Losing Colossus sucks. The Ghosts are starting to die. The Colossus Stalker, if they had a Zealot warp in, they could really do this. 2 Stalkers, 3 Colossus trying to stutter step. The Colossus are getting hammered by the Marauders. The Ghost trying to tank a little bit. I mean, this is a good trade for ByuN at the tail end of this fight, but he's lost 12, 13 more workers. He's lost so many more units. Trap is rich. He's just rebuilding so easily. He's picking off a few more Ghosts and Marauders as he retreats home. Yes, he loses the Colossus. Yes, he's got to rebuild from scratch, but look at this. More DTs just warped in. He's sending them across the map again to filter into these bases, to be annoying, especially these bases that aren't planetaries. And ByuN is simply on the back foot. Yeah, so that army in the south, to recap, was about here, guys, when the DT hit his third, and he pulled that army back. And that in its own is not a bad decision. If you're like, okay, I just need to deal with that. But it was one DT. I mean, surely his rally of bio, he could have just grabbed some bio from the rally, dealt with it. But to then attack in to the cannon battery and the whole army of Trap, that was crazy for ByuN, and that cost him huge. That cost him so big. Dark Templar running in on this side. That missile turret goes down very quickly. The SCVs have to run away. It's very similar army supply on both sides. There's no High Templar right now for Trap. He did not rebuild those. It's mostly Stalker Zealot with Colossus coming out. I would have loved to still see just 1 or 2 High Templar filtering in from the sides, but it's a lot of Zealot, Stalker, Colossus, and this is a very all-in ByuN right now. He really needs to do damage. He knows he can't find it. And Trap is back, ladies and gentlemen. There was errors. He wasn't perfectly clean. But, I mean, herO is one of the best Protoss players in the world. He's never perfectly clean. What he did was he just navigated a chaotic best of 3 all the way and managed to take down ByuN in his first weekly back. Trap is back, baby. Looking fantastic. All right, guys. Trap is back. He's just beat the big dog ByuN, and now he has another big test in front of him. He's playing herO in the top left. herO goes for a single sentry into Nexus. Arms race of the greedy boys right here in the new modern sentry meta of PvP. Those sentries now doing +4 damage to shields means they kill stuff pretty darn quick. And that is why they have become a bit more of a mainstay in the matchup, allowing you to defend an early Nexus. Now, Traps is a little slower, but that's fine. He's got a Stalker sentry. Oh, actually, no, he cancelled his Stalker. Oh, so he did the same thing. They both did it. Okay, cool. So his Nexus is only slightly behind. They're both probing and building nothing but sentries, which is actually awesome. herO builds his shield battery. I wonder if Trap feels confident just being greedy and skipping it. herO goes for a Robo. Trap goes Twilight. Trap's opening is a little bit riskier, but honestly, I think he's going to get away with it. Phoenix are there. Twilight Council's almost finished as well. Alright, so we don't really see anything too crazy. Trap on the other hand sees the Robo, which does have some scary kind of immortal pushes. Not to mention ferrying Adepts into the main base is another thing you have to worry about there. There's both sides scout each other out. Right now, it is more than anything an economic arms race. Trap will chrono probes as he's slightly behind. hero's got just the little bit of an edge. Twilight Council goes down, and he will chrono that prism across the map. You can even sentry drop. Sentry drop's not bad if your opponent's out of position. You can trap some probes, stop them from running, and sentries will absolutely kick their butt. For those who don't know, Trap is freshly back from the military very recently, and it's cool to see what's happened. Prism's about to pop out. Hallucinated Phoenix getting some shots off. Not that they do damage, so mostly just tracking it and being aware of the fact that it's coming across the map. Now that's interesting, guys. Third Nexus into an Immortal and chronoing the Immortal. Oh, it's Glaive Adept timing. Hello. Okay, and he hasn't seen the Twilight. Trap has not seen the Twilight. And it's actually a Glaive Adept time. And this is a fake third base, guys. Fake third base. Trap needs to see the lack of gas on the natural, the lack of probes, and he needs to cancel the upgrade. He's not going to have time to cancel the Forge. Oh no, he's looking for the Prism right now. Oh, Trap has been tricked, guys. He saw the third Nexus and he's totally bought it. herO has completely tricked him. And Trap's like, yeah, we're playing a macro game. Let's get +1 weapons. All he needs to do is make 4-gate blink right now and just make as many Stalkers as he can. And he can probably defend with shield batteries and blink and really good micro. But otherwise, it's going to be a mass Sentry Immortal Adept timing. This is going to absolutely wallop him. Now, to be fair, herO is probing a little bit, but I don't think he's going to probe much. Phoenix coming forward. Here comes herO's attack. 4 sentries will get rid of that hallucination. Almost, not quite. He's warping in more Adepts in the middle of the map. Trap is aware of it. He sees this army coming. He's got his own units ready to ambush it on the ramp. Good way to slow it down. Needs to build a shield battery, though. No shield battery, man. Adepts do come in. They see a few probes there, but it's not a big important thing. Oh my god, he's Trap. Oh my gosh. Force field to split the army could be big. herO does have a Warp Prism. He can save a few of these units, if not all of them. And he does save all those units. Very well done. Adepts are going to shade in, but the battery is up. Trap going to be taking out just a single probe before that Immortal. And the Adept do take care of his Adepts. Actually, good focus fire. Comes down and actually kills a couple more. This puts him even more all in. Does lose a Stalker, though. He's got to be careful. That battery not building is such a big mistake here for Trap. And he does have to use a Blink just to escape. You can see what I say here. He's only got 3-gate Stalker. He needed to have 4 or 5-gate. If he has 4 or 5-gate Stalker, I think he can defend even with the power of the Immortals. Just because Stalker Micro plus battery healing is so good. But right now he's at half the army supply. And the moment these Adepts commit either on top or they go past into the economy, it's going to be very bad for Trap. Now, he does have battery overcharge, but with the focus fire, that is an issue. The Prism and the Immortals will get taken down, but at what cost? Trap's workers in the natural in the top right of our screen are getting massacred. Yes, the Immortals are gone, but he's going to go for the main as well. Probes are just going to have to run. You cannot stand and fight against the Adepts with the probes, so they are running. In the main base, Stalker's trying to blink back to buy time. Cannon tries to go up there. Even the Cannon gets cancelled at the last second, which is actually a good save. He's counter-attacking. Trap is crazy. Trap is crazy, guys. He's counter-attacking. He's going to go for the win. He's basically saying, no, I'm going to end up too far behind. I'm taking too much damage. So I'm just going to try and survive on one base while killing you on the other side of the map. And you know what? It could actually work out. Gets the battery. Gets rid of the Immortal there. Good blink back micro. This is kind of huge. He's going to move up the ramp. Is he, though? Oh, he does force field to trap these units on the low ground while he moves to the high ground. Stalker's trying to fight the Adepts, but that shade in is going to be kind of brutal, isn't it? Those Adepts are so good. He's going to recall a bunch of them. Is Mr. herO. Traps down to just 19 workers. I like the idea of trying to force this into a bit of a base trade. It doesn't quite pan out, though, as I think this is just a great trick from herO, building the third Nexus with the fake Prism coming across the map. And the moment the hallucination wasn't tracking it, he hid the Prism, which made Trap even more paranoid about which angle is the Prism coming from. Little did he realize it was just a big 2-base push with a fake third. Stalkers aren't going to commit once again. Up the guts, try to do damage. Trap's not ready to give up just yet. He's trying to reprobe as well behind this, but oh, the Immortals popping out is pretty big. He's going to kill a few of these probes, which is nice. Does manage to take out a couple of them, but as the Immortal gets on top, he's got to get out of here. Now the Stalker almost goes down. It's in the deep red. And Trap just cannot handle that count of Adepts. Great game one for herO. Dirty trick from herO in that last game. And Trap now in the bottom right side, Delta. Identical opening so far, except for the fact that Trap's gone 2 gas, expecting to get blocked. herO, on the other hand, is hoping to get that Nexus down. And if that probe goes all the way in to check his second gas, then it will work. And herO's going for it. But Trap, he's like, wait a second. Oh, you got to put a pylon down, bro. He's got 400 minerals. herO's gambling. He starts a second pylon, realizing, crap, he is blocking it. So his second pylon's delayed. His second gas still has not gone down. He really wants this Nexus. And will he be able to get it? 3 workers on gas. Might be a bit of a tell. It's only 1 gas. Trap turns around, heads back to the natural, but he's a little too late. And that Nexus does get down nice and early. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, did he... Oh, herO must have harassed from the inside of the mineral. So herO, often he'll harass inside the mineral line. He'll come on the inside and try to steal your minerals. And I think basically Trap probably just A-clicked his probes and killed it. I'm not sure which probe has the kill. There must be a gas probe. Did I miss the probe that has the kill? Am I crazy? I don't know how that probe went down, but it's pretty good for herO to Trap, to have that start. Now Stargate goes down for Trap before Nexus, so he's just like, that's fine. I'm going to do Zealot into Adept into probably Oracle. And meanwhile, you've got a single Adept for herO. He's way behind because he's trying to build Stalkers. I think he wants to full wall off with a Gateway probably. But he's not here in time, and now the Zealot arrives. It could try to depower this gate, which could be huge. Stalker gets some damage on that Adept, and the battery goes down to cut off the shade. Nicely done. Stalker's going to return home. No, he's going across the map. He's continuing forward. Trap's probe does get a bit of damage down, but it does end up falling. The Zealot kills a probe here. herO with a nice surround. He loses 2 probes, though. But 2 probes may be okay in order to stabilize. There is a Stalker on the front, another Stalker, and an Oracle getting chrono boosted. Adept's out here. The Stalker is on top of it. That's the second Stalker. Meanwhile, Stalker versus Stalker in the mid ground. Trap has the high ground advantage, but there's a second Stalker arriving. So Trap, very quick reaction. If he stayed any longer, that was going to turn very bad for him. Now there is a second Stalker running through the middle, trying to just create chaos as Trap so that he can catch herO off guard. Stalker's coming as well. We do have confirmation the audio issue from earlier is gone. From people who had the issue before. Thank you. Stalker's coming forward. Oh, he's just going to focus him. Oh, Trap with the Chad Gamer move. If he kills that Stalker, then the Oracle has free reign, and that's GG. That is GG. Yeah, there's a new Oracle here, but herO's going to take so much damage. He's happy to sacrifice the Oracle. Is he? No, he changes his mind. Oh, okay. Well, Trap kind of messed that up. That could have been a lot more damage. He ends up losing the Oracle and both Stalkers, and only gets 5 probes. Can this... I mean, I would actually turn the laser on here. He's probably not going to, though. Yeah, there's only one Stalker. Just go straight for the exposed probes with no battery nearby. He gets 1. He gets 2. Only 2 probes. Damn, good probe pool micro by herO there, making it difficult. And Trap has not been probing behind this, because look... Or at least he was, but his Nexus was so much later. Sorry, it was a previous game where he had a decently timed Nexus. He's only on even probes after all that. So I actually think this is a very good position, maybe, for herO. The only problem is herO's full walled, so he can't take a third. Has to cancel that gateway and get a third Nexus up. That's his best play right now, having the faster blink. There are 2 Oracles on the map. These can go across and potentially find big damage. But Trap is full walled in right now, and he's desperately trying to make a backup battery, realizing he's got to kill the one in this wall. And he's on 3 gate. So 3 gate blink. Meanwhile, it's only 2 gate for herO, but herO's third gate's also coming up. And herO takes that third base in a straight line along the south of the map. I love it. Why did Trap allow him to put the Nexus? Trap didn't know that he didn't have the second gas, guys. That's a bit of a gambit that herO did. Trap assumed he was doing the same thing as him and wouldn't have the minerals for another few seconds. It was a trick. Oracle gets 8 probes. Oh no, watch out! Good recall into Blink, man, but 8 probes, still nasty for herO. Thing is, if he can deny Trap's third for long enough, it's okay, but that is a big if. Oracle sees the third, Trap realizes, I gotta get my own third up, man. I gotta move out, take that third. He's ahead on the probe, so it's okay to be a little behind, but despite all these probe losses, the fact that you're losing Oracle after Oracle, Stalker after Stalker, does mean that it's actually still a relatively even game. Now, herO has Blink, so he's confident doing a sort of risky move here. Dude, that's huge. That's huge. He gets it. He gets the cancel on the third, despite having less Stalkers there. Wow, that's actually really big. And he's going to try and get a Stalker kill as well. Blink is ready for Trap, but look, reinforcements coming in for herO. Trap chases too far. Trap gets punished. He loses 2 Stalkers. This is huge, guys. He's lost 3 for 2 this game. Stalkers are under threat at the third base. Adepts are going to go in for the counterattack for him, but herO is just on the warpath right now. Trap with some good focus fire on the weak Stalkers. He needs those 2 Stalkers to focus the weak ones. He does it there. Adepts do come in, 4 Stalker warp-ins at home, but they're not being microed. That being said, 8 Stalkers for 7 now in Trap's favor. herO is the one who ended up overcommitting. Now, the Oracle does take out a sentry. Took a while to kill it, but the Oracle survives, gets back into the rear. And if he can get another Stalker, this would be massive. Another Stalker goes down. Trap looking for those kills, but he should probably back off now and get back to probing. Forge is only now about halfway done for Trap, whereas the upgrade's halfway finished for herO. Yeah, we've had a few people say the sound isn't there. Other people saying, oh, I still hear it. It's the construction outside. There's nothing I can do about it, guys. I apologize. Turn the bass down on your headphones. It is a... You just hear it stop right now. Yeah? You just heard it stop? You just heard it stop. I'm almost certain of it. Because the sound outside just stopped. And now it's back. Kind of. It's going... It sounds like it's the engine's turning on and off. I'll check it after this game. Anyways, apologies to those with headsets. We've got all sorts of weird construction going on. They're ripping up the road out front, and they're doing weird construction on top of the building behind mine. It's right outside my window. Sorry about this. Adepts coming in, taking out a few probes. The Adepts are going to take out a couple of probes there. 2, 3, 4. Ooh, can he get some more? Adepts going to be getting 5 probes. Not too bad. Now, who's ahead at the end of that, guys? We've got +2 weapons starting for herO. herO's only on 5 gates, whereas we're going up to 8 gateways as Trap once these 4 finish. So upgrade advantage goes to herO. Worker advantage slightly goes to Trap. Trap stopped building workers, though. No 4th Nexus, no extra probes. He's going Charge, Immortal, Sentry, Stalker. Interesting to see him mixing sentries in at this stage of the game. They can be very useful, but they can also be kind of like very expensive gas sinks that don't pay for themselves if you lose them too early. Stalker Zealot, dive in. Battery's going to go down real quick. That's why you want to be out front of your shield battery, so they can't focus the battery down without getting punished a little bit more. Great timing attack from herO, but I think Trap has the numbers to hang on, man. He has the numbers to hang on. Fourth Nexus in the top right. Forge is finished there. Templar Archives, a few more gateways coming in. 10 gates for Trap and the fourth Nexus. I really like this. I think Trap's in a good spot. I think he's in actually a very good spot now. Fourth Nexus in the bottom left. Fantastic to see. Third base is there as well. Okay, Stalker Zealot's coming through from this side. He could cancel that fourth, and that would be big. Nice little counterattacks here from herO, though. herO's going to engage in a bit of chaos. Oh, Trap doesn't know about the fourth. Free fourth. Even diving on the third, killing the Zealots and Robo would be good. He doesn't realize that all these Stalkers are on his side of the map. This game's about to get chaotic. herO dives in the third. Trap's going to dive in the natural. Getting rid of the Forge would be massive, and he's going to. But he's going to lose every probe on his third base before that even happens. What the hell goes on from now, guys? The Forge is not getting focused. Oh, God, if he lets that +2 finished after doing so much damage to it, that will be a travesty. Lots of production getting depowered on the front of Trap's base. He's trying to depower the production in herO's base as well. The probes are being pulled. The Forge does get depowered. That upgrade does get cancelled by herO in the heat of the action to get a bit more cash in hand. No Zealot warp-ins there. He's just warped in Stalkers over here at the third. Those Stalkers need to get back to the army. Stalker count will reign supreme in a bit of a base trade, but you've got to keep them alive and micro them very well. Trap, he's losing so many. Does lose 3 more Stalkers. Saves 4 of them, gets him out, but now almost all of his production's depowered. He's only got 2 more gateways. Warping in some Zealots could eventually clean that up, especially if he chronos the gateways. Meanwhile, both sides are losing everything. Trap has slightly more army. herO does have some probes. He's got probes on the bottom mining and building cannon battery, which is great. That Forge never died, so we can still build cannons. Trap only has 1 probe on this side of the map, and he's going to try and recall home for the save. He's recalling back to the front base. He's going to clean up these Zealots. herO, he's going to kill the Nexus and use these Stalkers to blink out, I think. Stalkers do take out that Nexus. His Zealots are running away. Good moves by herO. A few Zealots and Stalkers get left behind, but you don't want to lose these units. Stalkers in the main still being a big old nuisance. Trap still has money, but he's supply blocked right now. He's got a lot of money, though. If he builds a few pylons, he could warp in a lot of Zealots off these 2 gates. Stalkers, whatever he needs. Stalkers have come home. These Zealots are going to get trapped. It is what it is, mate. He's going to try and kill a few herO Zealots, but he has to back away before the Stalkers get on top. Meanwhile, right now, Trap is up 3 army supply. herO is down 3. But herO has an Immortal building, which is big. He has these bases mining. He's got income. Trap needs to make it happen. He needs to make it happen right here, right now. Trap's rebuilding probes as we speak, but if he doesn't commit in, he might just die in the long run. He still doesn't know about the fourth down to the left, and that's a huge problem. Blinks forward, takes out a Stalker, great micro, but he might get punished for it unless the Prism's there. Good hot pickup for the Prism, gets himself a Zealot as well. Great pickoffs by Trap. Still, production in the main is getting depowered. He's going to be back on 4 gates, soon 5 gates. herO is on 6 probes only. Gets rid of an Observer. There's a few more Observers here. Gets a second one, but there's 2 more that have managed to scatter to the south. And right now, 27 worker income. I think he's like, you know what? You have 1 base mining. That's fine, because I've got this one and this one. As I reprobe them, I'm ahead. Obviously, now his Zealot finds this base, and this is where Trap's heart sink, and he goes, oh, crap. Oh, crap. And you see his army immediately turn around because he goes from thinking, well, I can build a bigger economy than you on 2 base to you've had the bigger economy the whole time. I need to make a play right now. I need to make a play right now. Stalkers do set off the barrier on that front Immortal. The Zealot's doing okay, but I just don't think he has enough stuff right now. Trap does not have enough to break the Immortal Stalker Zealot, and that is going to be that. herO still too good in this matchup, but honestly, Trap looked great today, and I'm very impressed. GG, well played.